Hey everybody, Tag, Life Done Free. Hey, just returned back from the Midwest Preparedness Project, and as promised, I thought I'd put out a quick video to kind of just show you what goes on there. And, just the different classes and the different things that go on. It was a great time. There was over 100 people that showed up and participated. But anyway, if you're interested, come on, let's go check it out. So first, I thought I'd just start out with the schedule. So I took this picture out at the Midwest Preparedness Project. And as you can see, it runs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are pretty non-eventful. A couple little things, like on Thursday, Barry did a walkabout, so basically a hike. And then Friday, Bobby Spags taught a prepper logistics class by the campfire. After that, they just sat around the campfire, had dinner, and played the game Conflicted. But the meat of what goes on out there really happens on Saturday. So first class of the day, Charles taught an unconventional communications class, followed by fire defensive skills, teaching a advanced first aid, stop the bleeding class. And for those of you who are unaware of fire defensive system, we've used them a lot. They're a great school. They teach everything from, firearms classes to medical, and I'll post a link in the description. The next class was Pete Rafferty taught a bartering class, followed by a potluck. So the potluck dinner, everybody brings a dish, and we kind of dine as one big family, and it's just really a great experience. After that, everyone got together, and anything that was donated to the camp out, which typically is a lot of things, we did a giveaway, and followed by Barter Town. Now, Barter Town's my absolute favorite. There's no cash allowed. It's all just barter. And everybody brings their wares. I don't know how many tables were there, but I'm going to guess, 30 or 40 of them, and a ton of goods. And I'll go into that more here in a little bit. But also that day, the kids have their own schedule. So they did a burrito emergency shelter class in the morning, followed by a Nerf gun war. And you'll see kind of some of the beginning of that. After that, they made some pace counters and did a blanket challenge. The blanket challenge is where they put all the kids on a blanket, and the last one to get up off the blanket wins $20. It was a lot of fun. We closed the event out Sunday by a big prayer around the campfire, and then everyone police calls the campsite and tears down and goes home. But it was a great experience, and if you're interested, I've shot lots of video, and so today I'm just going to do a little snip clip of a lot of the different stuff that went on. Well, as you can tell, the Midwest Preparedness Project is full of nothing but serious skills. No, seriously, Hancock decided to pop some smoke and come out of the smoke and have some fun with all the little kids. And, he shot many, many balls at many, many kids. And at the end, there were yellow balls and red balls. And the kids had to pick all the balls up. And whichever kid had the most balls, he gave the guns to. But this was super fun. The kids laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. And so this is the kind of things that go on out there. It's a very, fun family type environment. But anyway, with enough fun, let's get on to some of the classes and the other things that went on.
And Gary from Fire Defensive Skills, most of you know who they are. For those of you that don't, they run a shooting and defensive school here near the Topeka area. And they have graciously agreed to come out and give us a medical class today. So please welcome them and enjoy the class.
All right.
I do have 4 vouchers to give away free classes to their schoolhouse. I just got to figure out how to do that raffle or giveaway separate from the other one.
Hey, add it on to the rest of it.
We're going to do it during the class.
Oh.
Cool. Well, thank you for having us. This is a pretty cool turnout. So far, we've enjoyed it. So what I want to do is I want to do more trauma stuff, right? I want to address people with major bleeding, using tourniquets, chest seals, packing wounds, stuff like that.
So Gary continued to go over the tourniquets, different types, their uses, chest seals. And, this class went on for probably an hour and 20 or an hour and 30 minutes. Very involved. We actually got to practice putting tourniquets on each other and the places to use them. It was a really, really neat experience, and it got us all working together as a team. Now, these types of classes like this are very typical to the Midwest Preparedness Projects. Every year is a little different. And we've done everything from shooting in and around cars to, butchering a chicken to, growing the best sweet potato. But this would be a very normal class out at the Midwest Preparedness Project. So Gary's a good guy, and again, I'll link their company to the description.
Afternoon, everybody. So I didn't meet you last time. My name is Pete, and today I'm going to teach you about bartering 101. Why do we barter? Anybody? Why? Why? What's that? Dollar don't mean nothing. That's right. Okay, dollar's what we've been educated to assume the value of everything. Everything has a dollar value. Everything has a value, is what it should be. Everything has a value. So I'll tell you a story real quick about what got me into bartering and trade. When I was a kid, I was in 5th grade, and I was reading a story about some cavemen, some Neanderthals, primitive man. This one guy was really good at making axes. I mean, really good. The rocks always broke right for him. He got them lashed to the stems are good. The best axe maker. But he also had time to build his house, plant his crops, tend his fields. But everybody kept coming to him to make their axes. He never had time to do everything else. And he finally said, I can't make any more axes. I had to take care of my field, I got to take care of my house, I got to take care of my animals. Well, they figured out, it's like, well, hey man, I'll build your house, just build me an axe. I'll take care of your crops, build me an axe. I'll take care of your animals, build me an axe.
So Pete went on to discuss bartering, and they discussed everything from the value of, silver today, to the value to eggs, to the value of ammunition, to the value of just about everything and how it compares today. He talked about his tips on, effective ways to barter and ways to negotiate and ways to make people feel, better about our negotiations. It was a good class. This class lasted about an hour and a half, fielded lots of questions, and I hope it primed people up for Barter Town, which was sure to come later. So I thought I'd share with you guys the items that were used in Barter Town as far as comparison. So as you look, they used gold and silver and gasoline and propane and ammo and bread and milk and eggs and Tylenol and whiskey and a mango, stock feed, and also baby formula. And they used these as comparisons as value today versus value at another time. But again, super interesting class. So the next item for the day was the potluck. And again, everyone brought a dish. We had an amazing amount of food. The line was incredibly long. But as always, I'm going to start potluck with a prayer.
Gracious God, we just thank you for this time and this place to gather, to fellowship, to grow a family. For we know that hard times are coming, Lord, and we need to lean on each other. And we just pray that you would be here this day, that you would bless this food, bless everyone here, and provide them with journey mercies whenever they decide to leave, and a lot of fellowship as they decide to stay. For these things we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
So after everybody's belly was full, we handed out some giveaways, and it was time to start my favorite event, Barter Town. So we probably had, again, 40, 50 tables. I don't know, there's a ton of them and a lot of really interesting gear. I'll kind of take you around and show you what it was about.
We have camouflage. You don't want to be seen, we don't want to see you. Fight camouflage.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Lightly followed.
I love it.
Well, as we finish up Barter Town, I thought maybe I'd walk you guys around a little bit. And as I search for a cup of coffee, I'll just kind of show you everything around. And, it's been such an amazing thing to me to watch this grow. This is the 18th one, and every year it gets just a tiny bit bigger and a tiny bit bigger. And, new faces show up, every single year. And it's neat to listen to people's stories and where they come from and, what it took them to get here and why they're reaching out for, community. But to me, this is really about freedom, the freedom to choose the life that we want, the freedom to live the life that we want. All of these people out here, they have their own story. They come from their own place. But together we're strong, and, together we can make a dent. And so, as I've challenged you guys many times, in the past. Go out there and find that community. Go find that thing that makes you feel normal and, makes you feel whole. But, if you look up there, there's Data up there. I wonder if he could get me some coffee. Well, think he'll play ball? I guess we'll find out.
Done free.
Hey, Data.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, what's the chance of there being coffee on?
Oh, you know what? I think we can make this happen. Step into my office.
Okay, we're going to follow Data because Data wants coffee on.
Mom is coming tonight.
I got her. Too bad, too bad, too bad. If anybody's curious what love and commitment looks like, it's right here.
And you shall receive.
Or you come here to get coffee.
Yes.
Bro, duh.
Right.
To be of service?
Problem is, at my house, in order to get coffee, I have to start a fire.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, too.
It's a big old. I know, but it's not like running
I know.
gas. I got to start a fire, heat it up, boil the
Right.
water. It's a whole huge old process.
It's true. It's true. This is my life raft, though. This is not the long-term solution. We've talked about this, in like a long-term solution. This is probably not the most ideal situation, but for a temporary fix, especially like what we talk about out here, a lot of people have the idea that if your power goes out at your house, or your gas goes out, your water goes out, your RV is acting like a life raft because you have 12-volt ancillary systems, you have propane-driven systems. I can run my refrigerator off of 3 different independent power sources, so but I think when one of our members out here, his wife was going through chemotherapy and they lost their power, she was able to still continue to survive at their house, living out of their RV. So super duper helpful, but again, not a long-term solution I would want to count on,
Anyone? I just didn't know if anyone would see what albino legs look like. Chief Bobby, how are you?
I don't know, but look at all that privilege he's showing.
I know, right?
Lots of it.
There's some privilege there.
Yeah. Worked real hard to keep them.
Yep. What a fashion statement. Handlebar mustache, albino legs. I mean, this is like some New York shit.
Yeah, all you need now is the leather vest with the pocket and the gold chain with the
Pocket watch.
pocket watch.
Yes.
Yep.
Most definitely.
Yep. Well, I thought I'd just show you guys real quick, just kind of the rest of it back around the corner. Chief back there and old Bobby, they're really good guys. And, it's nice to be around people you can poke fun at and, nobody will get offended, especially in the world that we live today. But anyways, this is just kind of walking out and, I don't know that if you know that white truck over there, but that's Garen and Angela from Grumpy Acres. But, so, as we're closing in the camp out, hope you enjoyed it. For those of you who've stuck around this long, this is just kind of a summary of the Midwest Preparedness Project. It's something that I've done every year. I've been to all 18 of these events. And, I hope you can get stuff like this done in your community. It's just a really cool experience. And it's a good experience for, not just me, but for the family and for the kids. I'm considering posting some of these classes in their entirety out here, but, they're over an hour long. And so if I'm going to do that, I'd like to hear from you guys if it's something you'd even be interested in. But if you are, leave me a comment and, we'll see if we can get an entire class posted out here. But anyway, as I mentioned just earlier, I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, every time, you and I talk, live a little bit freer today than you did yesterday. Hold the line. Don't give an inch. Tag out.